It's the first time I am going to make some video, like complete video about one ship, and what else should it be than my beloved Großer Kurfürst. So, how to start? Well, about the armor layout, I think most of you are already familiar with the ship. She is very good armored, very nice values all around the ship, plus the typical German turtleback armor scheme, which means these 150 millimeters of turtleback armor, which are causing one nice thing: if the shell goes through the main armor belt, thanks this angled citadel sloped roof, he is just deflecting back to the ship, and you rarely got citadel, but only penetration damage in general. That's nice to have, but it's not 100% safe from citadels, as you will see later in one short clip I will add to this video. So don't feel like indestructible or something. You still eat a lot of pen damage, a lot of HE damage, a lot of everything. Your threats are torpedoes, because sadly you have only 25% torpedo protection damage reduction, which I don't know why Wargaming is calling it this way if the naval term is torpedo defense system. Well, but Wargaming is Wargaming. Nothing about that. You have 105,800 hit points. Guns. There are also discussions about guns, if 420s or 460s. My philosophy is hit hard and hit reliable, which means that 420s have about 5 to 7% better penetration than the 460s, and if some high tier BB, for example Thunderer, is about 15 kilometers away from you, and you have his flat broadside, this is 406 millimeters, and you still can have shutters on his main armor belt. That's why you just prefer to be closer. You just prefer to be closer and to go through these armors, because it has nice muzzle velocity of about 800 meters per second, but the shells aren't as heavy as, for example, the American shells, so the penetration values aren't the greatest. That's why you just need to be slightly closer than with other battleship. Just to go, strike hard and have the damage. About secondary armament, well, as you can see, these values, what I have here, 41 millimeters of pen, and here 49 millimeters of pen, that's thanks to IFHE, which I will show you in my build. AA defense, not much to talk about here. Well, AA is AA, and in current state of the game, how the CVs are reworked, you would have to have, for example, in this mid-range, you will need to have 1000 points of actual defense AA, so you will be able to defend yourself somehow. With these values, that's not the greatest, and you struggles against CVs. Maneuverability with speed flag 31.5 knots, turning circle 1050 meters, well, we are a big ship. Rudder shift time 19.4. Well, this is without the rudder shift module, because even if I am slightly aggressive, even nowadays, but you need the module for the damage con, so I am not running rudder shift. That's why the concealment is also 15.9, because on the captain I don't spec concealment expert, only the concealment module. From air is 13.4, classic 2.0 proxy spot, and after firing my gun 17.8, which doesn't matter for you. You rarely have the opportunity to fire some shots from smoke unspotted to somebody, so not too much talk about that. As I said, 420s and in the modules. If you have just run this damage control party modification 1 special upgrade. It's a cool upgrade, you can buy it in Armory, and what it does, it prolong the damage control for 40%, which means your damage con is running 21 seconds, which is pretty nice and can save you many times if you just need to disengage and you are burning too much and you are under big HE spam, and you know that if you just put the air button you will not burn anymore and you can disengage, but some shells will fly in your way and can make fire on you. Thanks to the 21 seconds you have better chance to not get on fire and to disengage. Well, back to upgrades. On this second slot I am running damage control modification 1 for the lowered chance of catching fires or flooding. But if you have, you can also run, there is special module upgrade, just like here for the extended damage con, there is module for extended hydro. So your hydro is 20% more active, or only 10, I don't know, sorry for that. Here, well, I was experimenting here many times. If I am running the aiming system or secondary. Nowadays I am running the secondaries because I think the accuracy is good enough. Well, it's not the greatest, but it's good enough to sacrifice the 7% more accuracy that is giving you this model, and 20% bigger secondary range is just more worth it. Thanks that my secondaries are now 9.7 kilometers range, even without AFT, because I just don't run the AFT, and you will see why. Fourth slot, damage con for some tankiness, concealment, there is no question here. And on the sixth slot, well, I have the enhanced mine armaments module, which is the legendary module for the GK. As you can see, the bonus is 15% better reload, 15% better reload on secondaries, only for 8% worse range, which in this case means only 19 kilometers, and 7% worse turret traverse, which means that it's even above, because if you run this normal mine battery modification 3, you have 13% worse turret traverse. So that's why I love this module, and it's one of the best things that good GK got. In terms of consumables, as you saw, premium everything, but what is important is this: spotting aircraft. Why? You will also see why. Because yeah, 19 kilometers is not enough sometimes, and which is more important, thanks the spotting aircraft, you can nicely shoot behind island on some ship that thinks that he is safe, but you can see him, thanks the spotting aircraft, very nicely and make some very nasty shots. Of course, hydro only 3, and here you will see why only 3. Because no superintendent, but BFT. But one by one. First, priority target. Second, adrenaline rush, the universal most just the best skill for 2 points you can get on any ship. Here for me BFT, because I just want the 10% more DPM on secondaries, and as you can see it's also 10% more on AA. After secondaries, manual secondaries, IFHE, fire prevention. Why? Because if you are already brawling, you are close enough and everybody is shooting on you with everything he has, and it's mostly HE. So it's nice to burn only on 3 places and not on 4. That's why not AFT. Well, 11.6 kilometers of secondary range would be nice, but if you are already brawling, you are within the 9.7 kilometers of your secondary range. So the time from being 11.6 to 9.7 is by me very short. That's why I don't need the 2 kilometers more. That's about ship, modules, consumables, ATC, and what we can here see are the flags. I am mostly using, well, sometimes if I eat Shima torps and that detonate me, I am angry and I am running this flag instead of free XP flag, but nowadays it's not the case. I am not detonating anymore, so I can run all the good flags, combat flags, as you can see, against fires, against flooding, for better healing, for more speed, for faster cooldown on consumables, for some AA, and of course for some secondaries. Well, that was about the ship itself, and we will look at some battle as well. And here we are already in the game, which is epicenter and epicenter with the thunderstorm, which means that in the thunderstorm there is 30% worse dispersion on the shells you are firing on the ships, and also 30% worse dispersion from the ships firing and you. So if you are within this zone, you can be safer, but also your shooting is worse. That's why you will see some worse salvos than usually, but some of them will be nice. You will see everything in the game as well. What to do? What says the matchmaking? We have tier 8 CV, which cannot be the biggest problem, but well, it's a Graf Zeppelin. He can citadel you with his AP bombs. But well, you will try to stay with some AA cruiser to some help. That's why I am here with my Alaska that has some AA. Now we will try to shoot something as well, and going this right flank, so we will at least, if not clear this side and then push the middle, we will at least try to push the enemy back and then go to the middle. We saw the Shima. Shima has nasty torps, that's why Hydro, so hopefully it will help us. And hopefully Alaska will catch him with his radar as he is catching him. But the Shima is smart, he don't wanna push and don't wanna be in danger, so no shots on the Shima, but only on the Zao. And this is the usual stuff you can see. Zao just angled far away, and your shots not are the best. Even the module for the dispersion wouldn't change too much. So we are just trying to scare him and to force him away. Situation here is pretty similar in ships. We are 4, they are 5. but the Yamato is not too interested here, having some potshots on me. So let's see if we will able to get some shots back. At this range, the GK has not the penetration to go to the citadel, so we are trying to aim slightly higher to make some reliable damage, but as you can see, only one overpen and one pen. Hiroshima tried to go and torp us, but our hydro is running and our other ships are engaging him, so the Shima, what he can do is just to throw some torps and run away, nothing more. What we have here is some fun, because Tirpitz pushing, well, Tirpitz pushing against us, it's not a great time for him, so we will try to murder him as soon as possible.
Torpedos Achterhaus!
At this range and not in Cyclone, the shots could be better, but well, thanks God for the 8k. 9.7, that means that he is in our secondary range and they are engaging him, but not too big damage on him because, well, he didn't last too long. Yamato is pretty slow, so let's try to punish him as well. And as you can see, Shima is running away on the minimap. Shima is running away, Alaska is running away, so here is nothing more for us to do here, and we will come back to the middle and help there, because it's epicenter, so you just need to go to the middle and do your job there. Again, some potshots on the Yamato. 15.6 kilometers is almost the range where you can do some better damage, but here you can see the problem. We are not in the thunderstorm zone and he is, so we have 30% worse dispersion on him, unlike he has on us. Here some guys are already annoyed by us that we are still here. I wrote in chat that yes, I am going there, so I will try to go there and I will try to make it slightly quicker, so I will push the speed here slightly, and I am again spotted thanks to Zao, so some potshots on him, but again it's angled Zao, so don't expect it too big damage. As you can see, only one overpen. Yamato was briefly spotted, not as luck to shot him again, or no, he is careful, he doesn't wanna spot himself.
Feuer auf gegnerisches Kriegsschiff
But what
konzentrieren.
we spot? We see CV, and you can be 100%
in der
sure
Luft.
that if I have potshots on CV, I will shoot the CV every time, because CV is the biggest problem for your team in general, because there is infinite spotting he can provide for his team, and that's the biggest problem. Not the damage you can take from him, but the spotting. He can spot your DDs, spot your everything, and other ships that have the shots can shoot at them, and this is the biggest problem in the current World of Warships.
Alle Stationen, brauche
that,
Feuerunterstützung.
the spotting of the CVs is such a brutal thing that you just want to kill the CV as soon as possible. We'll try to punish the Zao again, but as you can see, not too big luck again, and he is in such an angle that he can torp me in my way to the middle, so I push my hydro again and make some risky maneuver in the direction he can torp me, but well, We just need to go to the middle and deal with the ships that are in the middle. Some shots on the GK, but again the dispersion worse by 30%. Do his job.
Aufklärungsflugzeug kehrt zum Schiff zurück.
And only 2 overpens. And here are the result
Torpedos
torps.
auf Steuerbord.
Thank God I am accelerating already, so I can avoid most of them. I can tell you already that only 1 torpedo will catch me. That's why I am healing already in advance. And what we have here? Yamato broadsiding at 11.9 kilometers. Two overpens and well, 30% worse dispersion in this fucking thunderstorm. Oh, sorry, snowstorm. But 10 kilometers should be already other song. Or even worse. I didn't hit him absolutely. But we are in the middle already, and here the fun can start it. All guns loaded, Yamato at 10.5. 22.8k without single citadel. What to say? It's every time. Sometimes RNG gives you, sometimes RNG takes away from you. You can do nothing, you can just shoot and shoot and shoot and try to do your best. Sometimes you will be rewarded. As you can see, one shot around the Yamato. That's because why I hit his mine armor belt that is too thick for my pen, even with my 420s. What the dispersion will say on the GK? Not bad dispersion and pretty nice damage. 19k, always nice. I will take it. And we are in the real middle. And what is there? Graf Zeppelin pushing in the middle. Well, that's a pretty bold move, but we will see him soon. Yamato 9.4. What is lobby now? Finally a citadel. This is the range where we have enough pen, but he is slightly angled away from us. As you can see on the minimap, you can see the angle towards him, so we need very big pen to punish him. Thanks God we were able. And here comes the fun. Graf Zeppelin spotted at 12 kilometers.
Ich brauche Aufklärung.
Yes, ich brauche Aufklärung. Hopefully our CV or gearing will give me the spot. If not, I will shoot the GK. And yeah, 28k. That's the 420s. The alpha damage is just there. Graf Zeppelin spotted once again. Will it be enough to shoot? Thanks God it is enough to shoot. Dispersion is terrible, but Citadel and 20k. The GK will go down. Graf Zeppelin trying to bomb us with his AP bombs. How it will end. And his planes are down, which is nice. Waiting for the spot on the Graf Zeppelin. I want to finish him. Waiting. Vogel gave us the spot.
Unser Sieg ist in
Here's
Sicht.
the Zeppelin. Shots out. And
Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel
only
konzentrieren.
AP find. Well. Come on. Die already.
Aufklärungsflugzeug in der Luft.
Just some shots to be sure that
Gegnerischer
the
Flugzeugträger
CD is away.
gesprengt.
Now we can deal with the Reaper. Last orbs of
Unser
the
Sieg ist
Zeppelin.
in Sicht.
Again, typical German ship
Aufklärungsflugzeug
torped
zerstört.
by aerial torps, rather out. And the Zipper needs to know that he's fucked. Why? Because he is within our hydro range and he torped wrong spot.
Problem gelöst.
So he has no torps against us. And
Gefecht endet in 5 Minuten.
as I wrote him in the chat, his time is come. Shots out. 14.7. Secondary is working as well. Holding the distance against his possible torps from the second side. But he has not the angles to torp us.
Feueralarm.
And this should be enough, as it is enough.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer gesunken. Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
And there is the last Yamato there. So I will make it slightly quicker to the end. Because there is nothing interesting towards the end, so only some pot shots on the Yamato until he dies or the points will go to the end, and that will be the game. I also want to switch for the HE because Yamato. I also switched the HE for the last shot, but wasn't enough. The game already ended. As you can see, here are the last result. 253k. First on the team with the 2.4k base XP. Here the ships I damaged. Secondaries didn't do too much job now, because there was nothing too long enough in the range, so they could deal some damage. But here is the thing: if your mine guns are able to do 331k in 89 shots, that's good. And that's why I prefer these big guns, because with the 460s I wouldn't be able to have such a big HP AP volleys on the ships that were more far away, and that will be more shatters. And you don't want to have shatters, you want to have reliable pen damage. That's why 420 is by me. Well, you can have other opinion, but it's up to you. I prefer 420s, somebody prefer 460s, so I will not argue to the blood, so to say. Also other ships slightly damaged. Took only 118k of my damage, which is not too bad. And here how the credits and XPs went. And as I promised, here are some excellent shots with the GK with the spotter plane.
Aufklärungsflugzeug in der Luft.
If you have the spotter plane ready, the spotter plane salvos are, in my opinion, much better than normally.
Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel konzentrieren.
This Des Moines was dead,
Merci.
like thanks one my salvo and one Republic salvo. Here we will see also Minotaur. Minotaur, spotter plane shot, island marker telling me that I cannot lob the shop. Yes, I cannot all of them, as you can see, but still, one is enough to punish him with a citadel. And I know that he is there and he just wanna reverse. So, looking what is able to be my target, and the Minotaur is reversing and shots out, and what it will be? Yes, it is one
Gegnerischer
dead
Kreuzer
Minotaur.
versenkt.
And here comes the part where I told you that GK is not absolutely invulnerable against citadels. As you can see,
Problem
this
gelöst.
GK 18 kilometers turning towards me. And yes, it was a citadel. But what we will have here is, we know that there is some thunder there, so spotter plane up and potshots on him.
Aufklärungsflugzeug in der Luft.
Yoshino there, but he's far away and behind the island already. 10k on thunder, not bad, I will not argue against. And what we have there? Another Minotaur. Minotaur mentioned that he is spotted or something, so he will reverse. But you just won't shoot. Because the spotter plane dispersion is just much better than you will ever touch.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer versenkt.
And that was my GK. So it's up to you. If you like the ship or you hate the ship. If you just wanna run the 460s or you wanna run tank build, it's all up to you. The ship itself is good. It's good. Is it OP? No, in no way. She's just good. I love her. That's why I have 30 million XPs on her. And well, that's it.